introduce yourself?
Sergeant Kelly Flanagan,
And where are you from?
Decatur, Georgia.
How long have you been in law enforcement?
8 years, March the 23rd.
What did you do to prepare for a career in law enforcement?
I went to Clayton State University, took several criminal justice classes. I also did an internship at another police department. That's it.
What are some pros and cons working in law enforcement?
The pros, it's definitely a family environment, different duties, jobs every day. No day is the same. The cons would be you lose a lot of time with your family. The obvious one is that it's dangerous. But in my experience, the pros have definitely outweighed any of the cons.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Lieutenant Ray Cochran.
How long have you been in law enforcement?
This April will be 14 years.
Where are you from?
Redan, Georgia.
What did you do to prepare for a career in law enforcement?
Right out of high school, I went in the Marine Corps, and then after the Marine Corps, I came to work here. And once I began working here, I took criminal justice classes and got my bachelor's degree. I think the pros of being in law enforcement is you have a job where you feel like you really make a difference. So even when you don't want to get out of bed in the morning, and maybe you don't want to go to work, you know what you're doing is important. And so it makes it worthwhile. Those were probably the two biggest ones.
Recently, TNT was up here. There's some horror movie that's supposed to be coming out. I don't know what it is.
So this is just for movie purposes, or like people actually?
No, the building was constructed in the early 90s, and the reason that it was built was because they were overcrowded as far as at the old jail, which used to be off Forest Parkway. So they moved, to this location, City of Forest Park. They ran the jail from it was 92 or 93 all the way up until like 96 or 97, and that's when Clayton County Sheriff's Department, while they were waiting for their new jail to be built, which is the one off Terra Boulevard, they housed part of their prisoners. And then when the Sheriff's Department moved out around 2000, it sat empty for a couple of years, and the film industry reached out to us. So now we use it for various different things, office space, in addition to periodically, like I was saying, Tyler Perry's been here, TV show Star, and then there's been a handful of other ones. Sally Port, and whenever someone goes to jail, they first pull the vehicle up into Sally Port. It has two big roll-down doors, and the roll-down doors, they close those. They get the person out of the car, they book them in, and then once they book them in, eventually they would end up, in this area. And when we still ran this as a jail, these were general housing as far as, for the inmates. And then that was the trustee pod. And then this pod right here, which have evidence in, was where all the females were located. Now this one right here, this was the one that where they filmed Madea Goes to Jail.
Oh, this is it.
So if you go back and you watch it, there's a couple of scenes to where Medea's sitting here. They had a TV, I think it was up there.
Yep.
And they were watching the TV.
This is it.
And then with the scenes where Madea was actually in a cell, it would be as far as one of these right here.
You want to see some movie magic?
Well, there's actually two.
All right, so they always come here to film and want to know where the bars are. We're like, they don't use bars in jails, so they built these, because this is all a prop, which is actually twisted in its frame now.
And they were nice enough as far as to leave those.
They just left it.
There's like a magnet up here that holds the whole thing in place, but these bars right here, that was just made as far as by.
Yeah, that was made because there's.
How big it is in there? Like, can I walk in?
Go, sure.
Because that one won't actually close anymore, so you can't even walk in.
What happened years ago, and I think that it probably
To think like people like stay like it really is like heartbreaking just because my brother's in prison and he's
jail for a scene, well, we're on that list. So then they'll give us a call and say, hey, you mind if we come up there and walk to the jail, take a couple of pictures? You know, sometimes it works out, like they come up here, other times they don't. And they decide that they want to film,
At least they got a little vanity mirror. I said, at least they
What's
got a
up, y'all?
vanity
It's your
mirror.
girl Anastasia, and we're here reporting live. And this is like the best day of my life. Thanks, and we're out.